I'm going to teach you how to use tVOX to play a game. We'll write two different stories and merge them. The audio will be spliced together, and the corresponding image slides will cycle at the correct times. If you're a teacher, you could use this to plan a creative writing project. Because all of the pieces are there, you just have to delegate story parts to different groups of students or other teachers. Check out the introduction to tVOX collaborative story writing if you haven't yet, because this project expects you to know at least what it does and how to create a new audiovisual story. Go to tVOX-online. Once you have tVOX Online loaded in your browser, click on Stories. Click Start Chain. Give the story a title. Since we're testing how to make this project for our friends or students or whomever we're going to play the game or who's going to be assigned the project or whatever, if you've pulled up this video, chances are you already have your participants in mind. The key to making it work is to introduce it to two separate groups of people. One group focuses on one part of the story, and the other group handles the other part. Okay, wake up! This part might be boring, but this is where you need to pay attention. Think of a situation where a couple of things are happening simultaneously. For example, maybe a woman is at home waiting for her husband to arrive, and we see a scene about what she is doing. In a separate story, we'll describe what her husband is doing while she waits for him to arrive. Then we'll merge the two separate stories into one, and sit back and watch the magic unfold. The idea is that the two separate story writers won't see the other writer's story until they are merged together. The anticipation of seeing the other half of the story is the fun of it. I've already written in two text sections for the Group 1 story section. All I need to do is paste it into the text field. You might need to click rewind or fast forward in parts to remember what I was saying, or to see how to do the part you're working on, because I'm not going to make you sit through watching me type it. You'll just see it appear in the text field. Like magic. Depending on whether our story section has multiple characters, we want to select the correct voices. This is important, and you'll want to test these a bit. Since the app limits submissions to 10 per day, you should use two separate email addresses so you can use one for testing. In other words, don't waste your 10 real submissions on testing the app. Take a minute to focus on what your text content needs to be. Ignore any confusion about how to use the web app itself for a moment. Step back a second and think about grammar and punctuation and how you can use it to tweak the way your resulting audio sounds. The AI voices change depending on your punctuation, use of capital letters, and the rest, so pay attention to that stuff. Once you're happy with your voice configuration, story title, and text, click Publish Chain. Your text is automatically converted into an audible clip, spoken in the voice you selected. As a bonus, rather as part of what tVOX is, an image is created to go along with the audio. The result is a storybook slideshow. Back in the day, this would have been like making your own cartoons. It brings out your imagination. The cool part about it is after you've added more to the story chain, the app splices them together so you get a longer running story than the 300 character limit per story section. And you get a slide for each audio section. Hey, you good? Almost finished. Once we finish the story for groups 1 and 2, we'll merge them and see if it turns out serious or funny or complete nonsense. All of the audio and slides are stitched together, so you experience a genuine new presentation. No one knows how it all will land together until we see the finished product. Pay attention to the process and follow along with the video. If it doesn't match up with the voice, pay attention to the voice and go back and watch the video. Or listen to the voice in one tab and watch rewind the video in a separate sound-muted tab. Group 1, tell a story about a woman at home with her cat, waiting for her husband to arrive. Group 2, tell a story about a husband driving home from work to see his wife and the family cat.
Waddling out into the well-maintained flower garden in our front lawn, a migrating duck pecks the ground for food. Waddling out into the well-maintained flower garden in our front lawn, a migrating duck pecks the ground for food.
I'll give you some catnip and a treat if you're good. Oh, look, princess. Guess who just came home?
The husband story chain is separate from the wife story chain. Additions to the husband story go there, and additions to the wife story go to that story chain, as created ideally by two separate groups. Then we're going to merge them to see what results. Maybe it'll be dull, like our demo story here. But think of the fun you could have doing one that's all gossip, or dissing your cohorts about nonsense. I don't know. You'll have to figure it out. It's brand new. You decide what to do with it.
Oh boy, what a long day. I sure am glad to be on my way home today. I should stop at the market on the way home so Gracie and I have something fun to make for dinner tonight. Here's my Ford truck just where I parked it. Let's see, left on Main Street? Okay, right on 2nd Avenue. There it is! I'm not sure why they moved the market to this side of town, but it's really more convenient for me. Let's pick out some fresh vegetables before we go to the fresh fish counter. I'll grab a few different vegetables, and Gracie can decide what she's in the mood for. Here's a head of giant broccoli.
Waddling out into the well-maintained flower garden in our front lawn, a migrating duck pecks the ground for food. It must be migrating because I've never seen him before. My fluffy cat is not happy about the situation and does not approve of the new stranger he sees now pecking in the flowers.
Princess the cat jumped into the air, claws out, and growled. "Aw, poor princess. That duck isn't going to harm anything. Just lie there and watch before you give yourself a heart attack. I'll give you some catnip and a treat if you're good. Oh, look, princess. Guess who just came home?"